Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today we're going to be dealing with a documentary. This is the guy that I don't know, but it was recommended to me, and I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, so this is going to give me some filler content while I'm out. This is going to be Look at Me, XXXTentacion. I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know anything about this guy except that he's dead. Like, that's the only thing I know about him. I've seen the name, but I paid zero attention. Most mainstream artists, I pay zero attention. This is going to bring in some new viewers. Some of y'all are going to see me for the first time, so I'm going to be out with it. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm about. I'm about changing the culture. I'm about positivity and picking everybody up, and we all walk forward together. I am not about any negativity. I am not about any racism, even though I was raised in a racist household. God has changed me to where that's not an issue for me anymore. I realize that we are all one, and so I act that way. It really changed my life. And I say that because there's probably going to be something in here that offends somebody. There's probably something in here that is going to set you off, and you're going to want to drop some negative comments, and that's cool. Feed my algorithm. But be aware that I do not care what ist or ism you put on me. I have one name, and that name is Child of God. All right. Now, with that being said, we're going to dive in and see what's up, because I was told that this guy had an interesting life, to say the least, and that he might be one of the people that we like talking about, because I like talking about people who are trying to change the culture, like this terrible culture that we live in. I'm one of those people that I like supporting people trying to change that. And so we're going to check it out. Let's dig in and see what is up with XXXTentacion. Now, I gotta say, the name right off the bat just throws me off, right? XXX, we're talking porn. Temptation sounds a lot like temptation. And temptation, while serves a purpose, is not a good thing to succumb to. Let's dig in. Fader Films. Sensitive content. Mental health challenges and violent, okay?
Okay guys, so here is my first vlog. Today I am basically going to tell you guys about myself, because I've never really let you in much, and I feel like that's the best thing to do right now, to ideally strengthen the bond. So here's my room. Here's Stitch. This is my favorite Disney character ever. He's very relatable. So, today I am basically going to be telling you guys about myself.
Alright, anybody that has that bright neon colored hair, they're trying to draw attention. Like, he's a performer, I get it. But that is a look at me thing, right? The tattoos, that is a look at me thing. Even the ones like people try and get it to be intimidating. So, oh, you won't mess with me, but they want the attention. They want people to notice them. That's why you get that.
Currently, I'm in a huge state of paranoia, just due to my past and just the things and the people I've associated myself with previously. I've tried to put myself in a position to ideally be able to motivate others to, for myself to suffice when it comes to this negative shit, because, like, bro, this shit, it's like trying to consume me. It's almost like it's trying to get inside of my mind, you know? I apologize for being...
All right, and I hope that this audio is coming through. Like, I've got it turned up as loud as I can turn it up. It's a little bit low to me. It's showing on the meters right at the edge, so hopefully y'all can hear it. I'm going to try and turn myself down to compensate just a little bit, so that maybe when you turn your mic up or your speakers up, I don't blow you out. All right, let's get back in.
So distant. I've been paranoid. I've been needing help, and I haven't been getting the ideal help I really want.
We're gonna never fight. Hey, unfortunately, they won't let me jump off. But listen, I'm gonna find a way to compromise.
Gothica Will. Hold on now. I was trying to read that. Gothica Will. There's my whole life. Ha ha ha. Yo, I really could kill myself right now. I just need to make my money, my rent money, and people mass reported me. I hate my life now. I don't have my account, and I still need over 300 by the 29th, and I have to pay my phone bill in 2 days. I don't know if that's somebody talking to him or him talking to someone else.
Why the fuck are y'all reporting me, bruh? I am at Instagram. I'm not fucking posting nothing, bruh. This is not fair. That's the third account I've lost to Instagram because of fucking hating ass ex-fans. And I fucking hate y'all. And I wish I could just take my soul and put it in another fucking body or something because I fucking hate myself because of y'all. I'm not crying because Instagram is my life, bro. I'm crying because y'all are my income, bro. Like, I couldn't get it.
That's rough. Like, the internet is a terrible place, and people running and running tail, report and block. Y'all are some bitches.
A job because the situation was so popular that people would come into the place I worked and they'll just like ask me questions, and like the situation's fresh, I would start crying to the point where the managers were like, "Why are you always crying? Like, we don't need this." And everybody was like, "You're ruining his career." But at the same time, I felt like my whole life was ruined because nobody even cared. Like, after that, I was homeless. Like, I lived in a hotel for like almost a year after that, and the whole time I'm like, everybody hates me, when I was just trying to say what happened.
That's tough. Like, I'm assuming that they're going to get into what happened. Like, I have no idea what happened. I'm assuming that this is an ex, and that much like some other people who are big on this platform, whenever they have a problem with their ex and they take it to y'all run with it. Hey, and I say that because I got some of them people that run with it. Watch me. Like, I shot myself in the foot, and since I've done that, I have not seen anything that made me change my mind about it.
And on top of that, they were asking me what happened. Like, everybody was like asking me what happened, and I'm trying to tell it. If you're gonna think that I'm a liar, I'm a liar. Because how am I supposed to fight that? I'm only one person.
And like, I don't know nothing about their story, but she seems to be in genuine distress. It seems to have genuinely hurt her life, what happened with the internet, and that sucks.
It was a really dark moment for me.
It's one of the things that concerns me about what I do. Like, y'all can't get to me. It ain't gonna bother me, but it might get to my wife. It might get to my kids. It might get to my future grandkids. Like, that's the part that bothers me. Not for what I'm doing, but because some of y'all are idiots out there. And like, I'm not talking to you if you're not an idiot. And you know if you are.
For me. And there was no way that I could just stop it. He had the power to do all that.
Them nose rings, that's another scream for attention right there. Like, we got a whole lot of look at me problem in this world. I'm just saying, like, that is a problem. That's the name of it. Look at me.
Look at me, fuck on me, look at me, fuck on me, look at me, fuck on me, look at me, yeah. Rolling loud, make some noise one time for XXX. Hey!
I love you all. Good night.
I can pay your mama house payment. I can pay your mortgage, baby.
75 of these hoes in America.
Ooh, that boy said, where can I drive it?
Can't forget. You see this fucking mugshot on the platinum plaque? Yeah, bitch. Viral.
I met Jose in early August. He was coming to LA to finish his album 17. I was waiting for them in the studio, and while I was waiting for them to show up, I just was kind of playing the guitar, hanging out. And he walked into the studio and introduced himself and was like, "You play guitar?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he just started singing something. That night was a long night. I remember he goes into the booth and he was trying to kind of figure out a certain melody, and the engineer wasn't getting the sound right. I kind of figured out what he wanted in his head and was able to translate that a little bit.
Dad,
inside. Spend a lot of times looking his head. Under these some
All right, so yeah, I got to break it up a little bit for copyright reasons. Like, I'm going to talk throughout this. It's going to be copyright, fair use, all that good stuff. But I have to stop every once in a while just to break it up in the middle of something, because I'm not trying to not be monetized, right?
He was one of those people that had everything.
And anytime that they got music, I'm going to have to take the time to especially do that. In these movies, they catch that quick. Like, that's what's gotten me for every other one I got. Like, I did the DMX bit last week, and the first half of it, no problems. The second half of it, 2 copyrights. Why? Because there was music in the second half, and there wasn't in the first.
In his head, he just didn't know physically how to like translate that into a record, like the process of production.
And we're not here to just steal it. So there is
So I
that.
kind of just started fitting in there.
I know a lot of fans, a lot of people thought he was gonna make an album full of look at me's, but instead he made this vulnerable, emotional masterpiece, really.
And I love it when an artist gets vulnerable, when they get emotional, when they talk about their stuff. If you don't believe that, look back through my playlist.
I remember when 17 came out, I was worried at the time because as amazing as I thought the project was, I was like, yo, people are either gonna love this or they're gonna hate this. I didn't really think there was gonna be an in-between. So people loved it.
Tell the feeling like I'm trapped in my damn mind. Tell the feeling like I'm rapping a damn lie. Tell the feeling like my life is a damn game. Nigga really wanna die in the nighttime. Only time I feel pain when I'm feeling love.
I remember Kendrick Lamar
Only time I'm feeling pain when I'm feeling love.
giving it praise, and so many people really, really, really surprised at how Ja just left his soul on that project. He just gave it to you. It was raw, it was honest, it was everything.
I might have to check that out. Y'all drop the songs. Y'all know what I like to listen to. Drop them in the comments.
And also nothing like we've ever heard before.
My first article about XXXTentacion was in February 2017, and he was already blowing up. Around the time that X was blowing up was a moment when people were becoming more...
He ain't X, bro. DMX is X.
...conscious of what kind of value...
Sorry if that offends you, but for me, it's always going to be DMX is X, because DMX got out there and put it on the line first.
...they wanted to support. It was a strange moment for somebody to be coming up who also had these terrible allegations attached to him.
Weeks after the release of 17, Pitchfork published a transcript of Geneva's deposition, detailing the allegations against Jassy. Jassy? I don't know how to say his name, don't get offended. The document had been previously unknown to the public.
So at this point, it was people are listening to his music, people that we respect and admire are recommending his music. There's more to the story. Here's what this young woman said under oath he did to her.
Reported victim details grim pattern of abuse in testimony.
Y'all niggas mad I'm successful? No, but on some real shit. If you don't like me, refer me to your auntie so I can put my in her. Cause if y'all really think I ever give about anything y'all be saying, or y'all gonna make me miserable.
He just lied. That was a lie.
Y'all little sisters and they.
All of that is a lie. Like he's talking shit because he's feeling hurt because the internet is talking. That's what happened right there. He can play it off all he wants to, but he absolutely gives a fuck. He absolutely cares.
I swear to God, everybody that
and he feels guilty about it.
That called me a domestic abuser, I'm finna domestically abuse y'all little sister.
And that's fucked up. Like, I don't give a fuck who it is that says some shit like that. Like, if you go to threatening people's kids, sisters, brothers, like anybody like that, you a bitch. Like, straight bitch made from the gate.
Oh no, bad fuck wrong with you. Is this making?
And I gotta say too, ain't nobody that's serious about that life is gonna wear an adjustable chain around their own neck. They ain't gonna put on no choke collar for themselves. Not if they real with it, not if they in the scrap. They are not doing it, bro. You are not giving somebody that leverage on your neck. It ain't happening. Like, there ain't nobody that's really is gonna do that. Not at all.
Making you mad?
Now, somebody that might hit on his old lady, they might do that. Because, you know, bitch made don't know better.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting mad. Like, because, like, I still don't know the whole story, but she brought some real emotion and real talking, and he's bringing some bullshit. This is bullshit. This is somebody lying to your face.
If you hate me, how are you mad yet? Are you gonna go on Reddit and post really bad things about me?
And see, he cares. You can hear it in his voice. The whole reason he knows that people are doing it is fucking with him.
Hashtag insensitive.
And he feels guilty for it.
He had gone on social media, and I think it was on his story, and he had a girl next to him, and they were laughing and giggling, and he made a pretty aggressive remark towards women, and it was pretty bad. I mean, it was bad enough that women in my office were talking about it. And so we all decided to jump on the phone with him. It was me, his mom, Solomon, the criminal attorney, and the entertainment attorney. I don't think anybody else was on the call. It was a group call. And they kind of wanted to address some of his actions, and he wasn't fucking with it.
So far, all I'm seeing is an embodiment of pride. Like, he may get vulnerable, he may talk, but like, all I am seeing is the embodiment of pride.
He was really upset, started yelling at us. He was always adamant that he wanted to express whatever it was he wanted to express, and he didn't give a fuck what anybody had to think about it. And so I remember we hung up the phone, but I called him, and I was like, bro, let me holler at you. And he was like, what's up? And I said to him, you know, you've spent all this time building this relationship to your audience on social media, and I know you really love and cherish this role of the villain. And the villain has gotten you pretty far. But I don't think you need to be the villain anymore. You are already popping. Just be who you are. And
but he wants that. Like, that's what got him the attention. That's what he wants.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was that conversation. I don't know if he had other conversations with his mom or his other friends around him or whatever. But I want to say that, like, something definitely changed after that incident. Things started to change with him.
I apologize to anyone I've offended within the last couple of hours.
This is not sincere. He's framing himself out of the picture. He's not sincere about this.
Obviously, you guys know I'm going through a lot just due to this case. If I want to assert myself in my career or have my views respected, I realize that I have to treat everything with care and take time and have patience with people.
And his mama talked to him and told him to say that.
I just want people to know that I'm not trying to lead their children down a dark path, and that I really want something good for the human race. So with that being said...
Let's cover the third eye while I say that.
There's some issues where people need to be scrutinized. There's some issues...
The deeper I get into my spiritual practices, the more I understand some things that I already understood a little bit, but I'm getting a deeper understanding.
Where people just need to be put away. You feel me? But there's some issues where people need help, especially kids.
That is true.
He was mature. Streetwise, he was mature. He was music, business savvy, you know what I mean? He had a lot of... So he had to have some type of, like, hustle in his family background, you could tell that. But at the end of the day, like, emotionally, he wasn't there yet.
How did his age factor into your perspective on this?
It made me sad. You know, he allegedly did to her what he allegedly did, but that doesn't mean that he didn't suffer as well. That doesn't make him just a two-dimensional person either.
Great. I want to go back for the phraseology on that. Y'all
That
bear
doesn't
with
mean that
me.
he didn't suffer as well. That doesn't make
Not quite far enough. Hold on.
Perspective on this.
it made me. I mean, it made me sad. You know,
And who is this guy? It doesn't say
How
again.
did his age factor into your perspective on this?
it made me. I mean, it made me sad. You know, he allegedly did to her what he allegedly did, but that doesn't mean that he didn't suffer.
He allegedly did to her what he allegedly did. In other words, you know.
As well, that doesn't make him just a two-dimensional person either.
Yeah, he knows. He knows that it's true. Like, you can see the signs if you know what to look for, right? This guy obviously is picking his words very carefully, but he knows that what was alleged is what happened. I don't even know what was alleged yet. I think we're fixing to get into that. But I don't know what that is, but he did it. He did it. Now, if I was on the jury, I would listen objectively and all of that, but, like, this is me sitting here watching this, and, like, I can see the signs. I know he did it. Now, he may have felt guilty about it later. He didn't in that apology video at all. But he may have come to a realization later and changed his life. I don't know. We're just getting into this. But, like, whatever it was that she alleged he did it. Did you ever see him mutilate himself or injure himself? What are they blocking out up there? In terms of punching the wall, besides punching the walls, hitting his head on the wall counts. He did that a lot. Did he ever cut himself in front of you? No. All right. Yes, he did actually. I'm sorry. Where was that? Yes, on his wrist. And where were you when that happened? Like, there's a reason they're leaving this out of his documentary, right? He got Baker acted for hurting himself 72 hours. Did you try leaving the dorm? In the state of Florida, a person can be involuntarily hospitalized under the Baker Act if they are deemed a danger to themselves or others.
I saw him battle with his demons from the very beginning. I wish I could have helped more. I didn't know how to help him.
It's not battling your demons if you're riding with them, right? If you're going along with your demons, you are not fighting them.
I didn't know what to
By
do.
definition.
It's one of those days where you realize nothing fucking matters. One of those days where you feel like driving off a bridge.
Am I really quitting? Yes, I'm.
And I wish that he had gotten the help that he needed, because he obviously needs help. You don't lay your hands on your partner in any manner unless you are suffering and you need help. You don't injure yourself in any manner unless you are suffering and need help. I wish that he would have gotten the help he needed. He had the money to get actual therapy. He had the money to actually get somebody to be objective and to talk to him. But that takes a step. It does. It takes a step to go find somebody to actually help you.
I don't know for how long, but I'm just not gonna make music right now. I mean, it's just been that my mind's been fucked up. My mind has been somewhere else.
He saw a doctor and was diagnosed as bipolar. They were giving him medicine to take. You know, he hated the medicine, of course. Medicine made him dull, uncreative. It was hard for him to be himself.
What are they gonna say now?
I step on a lot of toes with this because most of the mental disorders that are diagnosed in this country, most of them are diagnosed wrong. It is simply, for the most part, an inability to deal with emotion in a responsible manner and to discipline yourself. Those are things that can be worked on and are not chemical imbalances in your life. There are people who have chemical swings, right, that are actually bipolar, and they swing from manic to depressive, and it is chemically induced, and there are people who don't. sitting in your emotions in the wrong way, not dealing with them, but suppressing them and feeding them is a problem.
Isn't it clear I don't give a fuck?
No.
He made himself ugly at one point by shaving off his eyebrows. That's what he called it. Shedding who he was.
If you feel as if your physical identity has to be the same as everyone else's to be socially acceptable, you're stupid. Be yourself.
He wanted to trip acid. I think he was kind of trying to free his mind from everything that was going on. But it was kind of to dig deeper into yourself to understand, like, why you think like this. Why do you act like that?
Now that is a very valid means of doing something that does need to be done. Hallucinogenics, while they should not be casual, can be extremely beneficial into learning more about the universe and yourself.
He wanted to shed his skin. He kept saying it to me. He was like, bro, I feel like I don't like this. You feel me? The skin I'm in. He just meant like he wanted to become a better person. You know what I mean? He just kept saying that over and over. And I was like, yeah, I feel you, bro. We gonna get through this. Like, you gonna become a better person, bro. Don't worry.
We was going through a lot, and we would be making songs, and sometimes in between the process, I would kind of leave my phone on, just forgetting about it, and then we would start talking about something. This is one.
All right, that music's melancholy, right? Like, I'm stopping it for, I don't have anything really to say right now. This is one of those copyright stops.
In the same sense, though, with my paranoia, be fucking with me, bro. I just be lost.
Because you be thinking so much, bro.
I do, bro. But I can't turn it off.
Yeah,
You shouldn't turn it off, bro. You gotta accept it.
So my main thing is, how do I control this shit?
Control what?
My thought process.
You can't suppress it. You gotta just, it has to be a relationship with your thoughts. You have to have conversations with your thoughts, you know what I mean? It's like pressure, you know? Pressure builds up and it'll just overload you.
Bro, you make me feel like I got somebody, you feel me? You be having my back. And you show me you got my back, you be mad consistent. That shit makes me happy as fuck. I never took to men, cause bro, when I was younger, nigga, my mom used to get beat. And you know what I'm saying? She'll fuck with a nigga that used to beat her. I used to have to beat niggas up when I was little. Like, I was like, bro, it sounds crazy. You know, I'm 6, 7 years old, biting niggas in their stomach and all types of crazy shit. Yes, nigga, ask my mom, I left a big ass scar, niggas beating my mom in front of me, nigga. I'm biting their fucking flesh out their stomach. All types of shit, you feel me?
Hey, that's a good look into the mind right there.
I be trying to find ground in my own mind. And it's like, I don't get no help in that aspect. But it's like, I'll go to like thinking like this, I'll be tired. I'm tired of feeling tired, bro.
Hello, from the dark side in. Does anybody here wanna be my friend? Want it all to end. Tell me when the fuck is it all gonna end? What's in my head telling me I'm gonna end up.
All right, I got to break it up for copyright too. I'm looking at my board over here. I'm fairly positive we're looking at an ENTP here. Like I can't stop the thoughts, the possibilities, right? That leads me to NE dominant. That's going to be a thing, or that's going to be an idea. Like the ideas are constantly bombarding, and you can't stop it. And then it seems like he's going to have an FI trickster or an FE child. So that's kind of pushed me that way. He's definitely got the feels in the wrong spot, right? And by the wrong spot, I don't mean like the wrong spot, but like he's definitely getting bogged down by these thoughts. And I'm not sure if that's a TE, everyone else's thoughts are bogging me down, or if it's an FI, my own feelings are bogging me down. I'm not sure which one that is.
The fuck is it all gonna end? What's in my head telling me I'm gonna end up dead?
Voices in my head leans me towards a TE child. I know I'm all over the place with it, but like this isn't an official typing. Like, I'm not trying to, but that's how I try to figure out people. And that's how I'm using this system, is to help figure out what's really going on in their head, right? And this NE thing, like, I can't stop the thoughts is a big deal. And the pushing back against what everyone else is thinking is a big deal too. Like, that would be a TI trickster if he's a TE child. And so that would be him pushing back against what everyone else thinks, but his own feelings tripping him up. Or his own thoughts, not feelings. But that would also make him an ENFP, and that would put him in FI responsibility, right? So he's thinking about, I have to let everybody know all of these possibilities and how I feel about them.
So save me before I fall.
Okay, guys, so basically this is what I wanted to explain today, just based off of what I've learned. You have to take a second and sit down to thoroughly observe your patterns. Do you move when you don't want to move? Do you get angry when you don't want to get angry? You have to fix these things about yourself. You have to give a fuck about yourself, and that makes life so much better. Like,
that is absolute truth.
I'm learning to do it now, and it makes life 10 times better. It makes you feel better. I want you to start a journal.
That's when the internal change was happening. He was actually changing internally, trying to preach a positive message because he kind of had a negative impact, and he wanted to balance that out.
I'm gonna stop calling you guys fans. I'm gonna start calling you members of my cult.
That's not much better. Right?
This is a
right, crew?
A cult, not a fan base. Or we have this big family of...
Like, I really don't like the word fan. I don't really like the word subs. I don't. It's got a negative connotation to me. That's what, like, y'all my crew, because I'm from the Navy and my crew was family, and that's why y'all are my crew.
We have a fan base, and there's a lot of us that are depressed. Myself, including myself, there's a lot of us that are depressed. So just hashtag my name and find another person that listens to my music and help them through their problems. So here's what we'll do. We'll start a hashtag today. I want you to get this trending. Hashtag you tell me your problems and I'll tell you mine. And we will use this hashtag to communicate with other fans and friends and that listen to my music that need help.
He did not want that image to follow him around for the rest of his life. But when it comes to his relationship with Geneva, I do sincerely think that he wanted to fix his relationship with her privately. But between the law, the case, and then the public, that was like an impossible task.
He had what's called a no contest order of protection against Geneva.
Under the assumption love is dead already. Let me be here. One of the girls that he was living with, she hit me up on Instagram. She told me that Jose wanted to speak to me. And I was like, what? I ended up speaking to him. I was on FaceTime with him, and he was telling me that he wanted to meet up and apologize to me. And I was really scared because I didn't know if it was a setup. I was like still very afraid of him. So I was scared, but I just had to like overcome it. I felt like I had to face my problems.
That's very mature. Like that's literally how you fix things in life. Now, do it safely. Don't go to a private location with anybody who has ever abused you. But if you need closure, which not everybody does, I don't, but other people do, they need to hear the I'm sorry. They need to hear the I fucked up. So if that's you, then by all means, if the opportunity arises to meet in a public place in a safe manner with somebody watching you from over there, that's fine. But like somebody watching you, then do that. Otherwise, don't go to a private place. Don't go by yourself. Don't go, because you can never trust somebody who has been abusive. Like, they can apologize and mean it and still fall back into that pattern way too easy. So there's that.
Reporting live from Florida with the alleged hurricane.
We'd like hang out here and there. I spent a whole weekend with him during a hurricane. And like nobody even knew. people online would be like, they hate each other. But in reality, like, we were talking. For me, like, I found sympathy and empathy in the situation, and I was able to literally just, like, forgive him because I feel like I basically compared it to my mother. Like, my mother has abused me.
Ain't no pattern seeking there.
And you don't see people disowning their mother because of that. Well, you do, but not necessarily in every instance.
There's abuse, and there's abuse.
They both had an opinion on what should happen, but at some point the state of Florida wanted otherwise.
When Geneva sent in her affidavit to say she no longer wanted to pursue criminal charges, I think that prompted them to go through jail calls. You know, there was so much stuff on there. They easily charged Jase with a bunch of new counts of witness tampering.
Okay, guys, so I was just given 7 more charges by the state attorney's office.
Unjust prosecution is a very real thing, right? It's not up to the state to get involved past the point that the responsible parties want you involved. I understand that abuse is, like, it's a real fine line to walk because you don't want witness intimidation. You don't want these things. I don't want them. And so it's a fine line to walk when somebody drops charges. But, like, to go and actively search out things, like, state has too much power.
And I have a court date on the 15th.
Like, its whole job is to protect us. That's it.
So I would ask that everyone come to support me.
And directly protect us, not from ourselves, not from a sickness, not from anything like that, but to protect us from foreign aggression. That's the job of the state.
Court date on the 15th. So I would ask that everyone come to support me. I ask that the people that do come bearing positive energy.
He had this court date in December. The day before, I was asking him, like, what's the worst thing that could happen tomorrow? He answered that he'd be taken in for a couple hours and they'd be able to get him out that same day.
The fans took over the whole courthouse. They were calling the judge, like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. As soon as we walked in the room, you could feel the energy from the judge. He didn't even get a chance to say a word. She just started going in.
Sir, can you stop lying to all your friends? We know your friends are in here to watch you make a fuss, maybe take little videos for you. You need to get out.
It seemed like she just knew in her mind she was gonna take him that day to make an example of, you don't have more power than we do.
They ended up taking him in for a week.
All those charges added up.
Trying to intimidate a judge, which is what the fans were trying to do, if not him. I'm not going to put that on him, but he did bring it to their attention that he would be in court, and he knew that his cult would try to disrupt the proceedings. He knew that. The best play would have been to go, state your part, and be calm and civil about it, because the law system gets pissed off when you buck them.
So I believe he was looking at 20 years. Now, because of his status, it requires him to be segregated in solitary, not being in general population. He doesn't have access to sitting and talking to people or anything that can stimulate him. And he already struggled with hearing voices in his head and being alone. Anytime in, locked up in solitary would be a problem for him. And we knew that.
Solitary confinement is one of the worst things that you can do to a human being. He's going to jail for a week, is what they just said. We're going to go ahead and wrap this segment up. I will be back with the next segment. We're getting at 40 minutes. That's just about the right timing. We're going to look some more into this. This is very interesting. Like, I don't know anything about the guy except what we've seen so far. I've seen narcissism, right, to an extreme degree. I've seen immaturity to an extreme degree. I've seen crowd manipulation to an extreme degree. So, like, I'm not predisposed to be a fan of this fellow. he may make a turnaround. I hope he makes a turnaround. I hope everybody on the planet makes a turnaround. Right? That is fervently my wish. That is what we do in here, exposing some of these toxic traits. Talking about these things in a forthright manner is how you overcome them. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I will be back here in just a minute for me, but tomorrow for y'all. So y'all come in, check it out. This is Look at Me, XXXTentacion, to the crew. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Till next time, this has been pittstake. Peace.